As the saying goes, when faced with uncertainty, quantum mechanics doesn't understand color schemes. Cyberpunk often gives people the impression of skyscrapers with neon lights, advanced technology, robots, social chaos, light pollution, and fully modified cybernetic enhancements. However, when it comes to cybernetic enhancements for our human organs, there's a clear order of priority. Some organs can be modified, some must be modified, and others absolutely must not be modified. For instance, there are certain organs in the world that, if modified, would cause an irreversible impact. If these organs are altered, eliminating the release of sex hormones, there would be no emotions or desires. Without these, how could we fulfill the grand mission assigned to us by our genes? Therefore, cybernetic evolution without joy is like a duck staring blankly. It's unnecessary. Point 3. Someone might argue, you lack imagination. In the cyberpunk world, if I can modify my body with cybernetics, wouldn't it also be possible to simulate hormonal stimulation with electrical signals? Based on my needs and preferences, I could customize pleasure signals and even choose different scenarios and partners. Today it's Zhang Fei, tomorrow it's someone else. With an external control button, I could just press it whenever I want happiness. Isn't that amazing? At first glance, it seems fine, but upon closer thought, if technology is so advanced, why would you delegate such a sacred, beautiful, and romantic experience to electrical signals? Isn't that akin to living in a virtual world? You might not feel awkward, but I certainly do. Moreover, if you encounter unscrupulous vendors during the modification process and end up with counterfeit or inferior parts, it could be disastrous. In the game Cyberpunk 2077, there's a character who suffered a fatal explosion due to installing substandard enhancements. It was quite a brutal scene. As for the organs that must be modified, there are many. Let's start with the power system. The heart should adopt a dual distributed design. When the primary heart stops, the secondary heart immediately takes over. Nanomaterials should reinforce blood vessels, ensuring no worries about power shortages. As the saying goes, with a cybernetic heart running on nuclear power, even my PowerPoint presentations are faster than others. Another example is the pancreas. Everyone knows that the pancreas secretes insulin to regulate blood sugar levels, which is why diabetic patients frequently need insulin injections. A cybernetic pancreas could make this process more intelligent, continuously monitoring blood sugar levels and releasing the corresponding amount of insulin as needed. It would be a boon for diabetic patients. Currently, there are 150 million diabetic patients in China who need constant blood sugar monitoring. Traditional finger-prick glucose monitors require frequent blood sampling, which not only causes pain, but also increases the risk of wound infection and fails to detect dangerous low blood sugar levels or fluctuations that could lead to complications. Dynamic glucose monitors solve these problems perfectly. Take, for example, China's first dynamic glucose monitor, the silicone muscle dynamic glucose monitor. It uses a 5mm soft needle that is nearly painless, easy to wear, waterproof, and dustproof. It provides 24-hour continuous monitoring for up to 14 days, automatically collecting blood sugar data every 5 minutes. Users can view real-time data on their watches or phone apps, making it convenient and efficient. The system can even set high and low blood sugar alerts for safety. Its proprietary sensor technology ensures stable monitoring, with a mean absolute relative difference, MAR-D, of just 8.83% compared to the national standard of under 18%. With accurate glucose monitoring, diabetic patients can enjoy their favorite foods without worry, achieving what one might call bubble tea freedom. In the future, comprehensive cybernetic pancreas upgrades are being developed. Its core component will be an insulin pump implanted in the body, sharing information with the dynamic glucose monitor. When blood sugar levels rise, insulin is released. When they fall, it stops. The system runs automatically, making it a true cybernetic marvel. Other external organs also require modifications. In a previous discussion about human bugs, we talked about how upright walking puts excessive pressure on the spine. For a proper cybernetic human, the spine should be replaced with carbon fiber, lightweight, flexible, and 10 times stronger than ordinary steel. Extending this logic, the entire skeleton could also be replaced with carbon fiber. As carbon-based life forms, having carbon fiber skeletons seems perfectly reasonable. And then there are specific situations to consider. When are humans at their most vulnerable? For example, when holding in the urge to use the bathroom on a crowded subway or bus, an accident could make you a spray warrior. If you had mechanical control over this part of your body, you could simply shut the valve and hold on from Southgate to Penglai East Road. Moreover, gender could also be modified. If a man is tired, he could switch to being a woman. Today, he embodies masculine strength. Tomorrow, he delicately applies makeup. When your girlfriend asks why you don't understand her feelings, you could simply modify yourself into a woman and empathize with her. However, despite the appeal of cybernetic enhancements, they come with potential issues. Maintenance, for example. If you install subpar components, they might break down in less than 3 years. One day, you're fixing your prosthetic arm. The next, it's your leg, and then your artificial veins. How much money can sustain this? Worse yet, unscrupulous vendors might install components that only have basic functions, requiring you to pay for upgrades to unlock advanced features. Or worse, they could implement a lottery system for upgrades, with a guarantee of one advanced feature unlocked after accumulating 361 luck points through repeated draws. The cyberpunk world isn't as idyllic as it might seem. Whether you're a wealthy second-generation heir or a struggling worker, when you double-tap your temple, everyone resets to factory settings. At the end of the day, we're all just protein clusters, relatively equal in terms of physical strength. In the cyberpunk world, if you're using stainless steel to clash with titanium alloy, you'll probably end up spilling someone's engine oil. As the saying goes, free-to-play players are part of the paid player's experience. The rich get richer with top-tier equipment, while the poor are left with cheap knockoffs. Perhaps it will eventually resemble the world depicted in Alita, Battle Angel, where the rich live in sky cities and the poor are left in the scrapyard.